Hey guys, it's Nelly and today I'm showing you how to make these smash burgers that I'm gonna turn into cheeseburger sliders. They are so delicious and so addictive, so let's get started. So I got my ground beef in this bowl right here, and to the ground beef I'm gonna add some onion and garlic powder. That's it. And then I'm gonna use my hands. You can use gloves if you need to, and mix the ground beef with the onion and garlic powder really well. So next I'm gonna cut up about half of an onion, and I'm just roughly cutting it up. You could dice it if you'd like and set it aside in a bowl. Okay, so next I'm taking the ground beef and I'm gonna shape them into the form of a ball, small balls, to make the hamburger patties. So you want to form the patties really small because we're making it to fit on the small dinner rolls, okay? So you could form it smaller than I'm doing in here, maybe in about half of what I'm doing, so that one patty will fit on one roll, okay? Or you could do it like I'm doing, and I'm basically making it to fit on two, and in the end I'm just gonna cut up my burgers. You'll see how I do it. So the most important thing is to just form them really small and don't make them as huge as you would if you were making like a regular delicious cheeseburger. Also, they don't need to be shaped in like a circular shape or anything. This is just how I'm doing them to divide the ground beef and try to make them into even sizes, okay? So after you do that and you've separated all of the ground beef, what I'm gonna do next is get some freshly ground black pepper and some salt. I'm using Himalayan salt, but you can use whatever salt you have, and you're gonna sprinkle it on top of each of the ground beef balls we just made. So next what I did was I flipped each of the ground beef, and I'm gonna salt and pepper that side as well, okay? So you want to make sure you add salt and pepper to both sides of the ground beef. Okay guys, so next, this is the rolls that I'm using, Hawaiian rolls, and I'm gonna take it out of the package, place it on my cutting board, and then I'm gonna use a knife and carefully slice it across so that the dinner rolls is open. Okay, so let's start cooking our patties. So I'm using my cast iron skillet here to get a nice brown sear on my patties. You can use a frying pan as well, and I place some oil just to coat the bottom of the pan. I have a little bit too much oil in the pot here, so you could add less than I have in here. And then all I'm gonna do is take the patties and place them into the hot oil once the oil gets nice and hot. And then I use a spatula and also some you can use parchment paper to prevent the ground beef from sticking to the spatula and make it easier for you, or you could go without the parchment paper, whatever's easier for you here. And you're gonna press the meat down, okay? So use the spatula and just press it down to smash it, and that's how you make the smash burger. And you want to make it really thin, have it on the thinner side. The thinner the better, because it's smash burger and we're gonna double layer our burgers, okay? So smash it down pretty thin and let it cook for about 4 minutes or so until that first side gets a nice deep brown color, and then we're gonna flip it to the other side to finish cooking. Now it's not gonna take long to cook, you guys, because it's, as you can see, it's smashed really thin, so it's gonna cook really easy. Maybe about 3 to 4 minutes on each side, if that much. Once I'm finished cooking my first batch, I'm gonna finish cooking the rest of my hamburger patties because I'm making a double cheeseburger slider. So for each roll I need 2 patties, okay? So just keep that in mind. Count how many bread you're using. You can use less bread if you want, like take out a roll if you want, and it's a double patty. So for each dinner roll, make 2 patties. Okay, so once I'm finished cooking all of my hamburger patties, I placed it on a plate to rest, and in that same cast iron skillet I added in the onion we cut up earlier, and I'm just gonna saute that for about 3 to 4 minutes, let it caramelize a little bit. So next you want to get a square or rectangular shaped casserole dish or baking dish, and that's large enough to hold all of the rolls that you're gonna make. And grease the bottom, and in that I'm gonna place the bottom half of the dinner rolls. Next, I'm gonna add a little bit of mayo and coat the top of the buns like you see me doing here. Also, at this time you can preheat your oven to 375 degrees. So next, I'm taking my hamburger patties and I'm just gonna layer it on top of the bread as you see me doing. So here I'm just laying the burgers as you see me doing. Now if you made them smaller, you could like fit one on top of each of the bread if you'd like. All right, so next I'm gonna take the cheese and I'm just gonna cover the burger patties with the cheese like you see me doing. In this bowl I have some melted butter, and to it I'm adding up some fresh parsley that I chopped up, and I'm just gonna mix that together and then set that aside. We're gonna use it in a while on top of our sliders. Okay guys, so after you add the cheese, you're gonna top it off with the caramelized onion we just made. Add as much as you'd like, and then the next episode top it off with the second layer of the hamburger patties. If you want, you could put the caramelized onions below the cheese instead. But yeah, add the second layer of hamburger patties on top of that, and then you're gonna cover this with the top part of the buns. So next I'm taking the butter mixture, the melted butter and parsley, and I'm gonna brush the top of the slider with it. And then I'm going to place the cheeseburger sliders into the oven at 375 degrees for about 10 minutes until the cheese is melted and ooey gooey and the top of the sliders is just a little bit toasty. And then that's it, you guys. So when it comes out the oven, it should look like this. And I'm going to brush the top one more time with the melted butter lightly, and that's it. Use a knife to help separate the sliders, help cut the sliders if the burgers is like overlaying on another burger. So yeah, use a knife to cut it like that. And you guys, these are the cheeseburger sliders, smashed cheeseburger sliders. They're so delicious, they're very addictive. Try to see if you can eat just only one. Impossible. But that is it for today's video. You guys, don't forget to like, comment and subscribe if you enjoyed this recipe. If you give it a try, let me know in the comments down below how it turned out. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see y'all next time. Bye.